What's going on, you guys? It's Aditi here, your intuitive marketing strategist. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, whether it's live or the replay. Leave a comment, tell me you're here, and say what's up. If you're digging this content, please give it a share for anyone who may find this of value. So this week I've been doing 5 blocks that you need to shift if you want to make a living out of your expertise. Okay, so we did the first block on Monday, second block on Tuesday, and today is the third block. Today's block hits home with a lot of people, super personal, because we're talking about charging, okay? Charging actual money. So I want to invite you guys to shift your perspective about this, because that's the only way you're going to be able to move through this block. All right, so the block is about, I can't charge people for helping them, I should just do it for free, right? Or I can't charge for people for something that's so easy for me. Okay, first thing is, your expertise is easy for you because it's your expertise. All right, it's not easy for every single person. It's only easy for you because you're really good at it. So something that seems so natural that you think other people should also get very naturally is not usually the case. Sometimes when I find something to be so easy to set up, people find it really complicated. It could take someone 7 hours to do something that I can help them do in just 1 hour. So guess what? People pay for convenience. People pay for you to help them do something with less time. People pay for you to help them do something that they can't do themselves, maybe. There's so many different layers to what is going on. Or if it's something that people can find the information on Google, you're actually making it easier for them to digest it. Because sometimes Google is super overwhelming, right? People don't want to go on Google, right? It's a waste of time sometimes. Sometimes people would rather hire someone to help them move through this faster. All right, so there's so many levels to why someone may be paying you for your expertise. You might also wonder, but Aditi, there's already so many other people doing this thing. Why should I do it? Great question. We're going to be covering that later this week. But for today, I want to specifically talk about charging and money. So how do you think about money right now? I want you to think about money as a simple value exchange. Goods for goods, value for value, okay? So no matter whether it's money that's the medium of exchange or it's bananas, right? Let's use bananas because I feel like that simplifies it a little bit and that doesn't make it so scary. Because people are like, oh my God, they're giving me money for this. I'm freaking out. I better do a good job. What if they ask me for a refund, right? So imagine, what if somebody gave you bananas in exchange for your services? Because that is the medium of exchange currently. Does that make it easier to think about, right? Value for value. Someone gives you bananas, you give them whatever your expertise is. So another thing I want to say is value for value. So if you don't think you have value, if you don't think your expertise is of value, that's something we need to backtrack and work on behind this conversation, all right? You want to work on having confidence in what you're good at. So think about it. How many years, how much time, how much money have you spent in developing your gift, in your expertise? Yes, we're all good at something and it's God-given when we're born, but we all take time and money and effort to develop that skill even more. All right? I've always been naturally good at marketing, even before I knew what marketing was. But I did go to undergrad for marketing. I did go to grad school for marketing. I did marketing for 14 years. I've run a bunch of organizations in leadership positions and helped with marketing. So I've spent so much time cultivating and mastering my gift, right? So all of that adds into my value and adds into being my expertise. So same thing for you. I've actually heard, once you've been dabbling in something for 10 years, not dabbling, but when you're studying it and working through it for 10 years, you're considered a master at that. So you're definitely considered an expert at that. I know people get all funny with the word expert, like, I'm not an expert, all these things, because they don't want to claim that because it makes them nervous to claim that, right? So I want to give you another perspective about being an expert. If you are good at something, even just a few steps ahead of someone else, that means that you are an expert for that person. So even if you're a beginner, let's say at golf, compared to someone who doesn't know jack diddly squat about golf, you are an expert for them. Now you may be like, well, why would they hire me? Why would they want to work with me when there are real experts who have been doing this for 10 years? The reason they may want to hire you and not someone who is a full expert for years and years and years is because when you're so deep in your gift, sometimes you communicate in another foreign language that people can't understand. So if you're still a beginner, you can still relate to being a newbie. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not a six-figure coach. I'm not a seven-figure coach. And it used to make me nervous because I'd be like, why would someone hire me when they can hire someone else who's already been around the block longer than I have, right? And one of my clients told me, which was like super helpful, she's like, I'm glad you're not a six-figure coach, because if you were, it would feel like too far of a stretch for me to ever feel like I can get where you are. But you're close enough to me where I feel like I can actually achieve what you're achieving, Aditi. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So we get so tripped up feeling like we need to be ahead or we need to be so far ahead in order to be hireable, but it's not true, you guys. It is not true. All right? So the idea of being an expert hopefully should feel a little bit easier to you now. You know, I used to get worried that people are going to expect me to know everything about marketing, all the social media tools and everything. And I got super overwhelmed because I was like, there's no way in hell I can know everything out there and everything that exists or be good at it, right? I would spread myself too thin trying to learn everything and know everything. But I realized being an expert doesn't mean I need to know every single thing in the entire world about this topic. It means that I know a selective group of things that I'm good at, and I run with that. And that's what I've been doing. So anytime someone asks me about a social media tool or something that I'm not aware of, I don't feel ashamed or feel bad. I own it and be like, that's not my area of expertise. My marketing focuses on X, Y, and Z and not that part, right? I mainly use Periscope and Facebook for my marketing, so I'm good at teaching about that. So the more you own your gift, the more you can also own the things that you don't know. So you don't have to feel bad about it or feel shameful about it, all right? So when I actually had this shift about like, oh my God, like this is so easy for me, I feel bad charging people money for it, like I should just do it for free, right? I remember a friend, a colleague had told me, she was like, girl, you are undercharging like nobody's business. When I first started getting into marketing, I was helping people, some entrepreneurs doing Facebook ads, right? I was charging like $20 an hour, which was ridiculous because the expertise that I had from doing the Facebook ads was through doing a course, was through doing it myself, was through testing it and tweaking it and all of that kind of stuff. But I didn't see it as so much value because I thought it was so easy and I was easily doing it, that why should I charge for this, right? But she helped me understand that it was an expertise that I cultivated, that I worked on, that I grew in. And for that reason, I should be charging at least $60 an hour for it. So I decided to go with what she said, and I took a shot at it, and I pitched someone. I tripled my rates from $20 an hour to $60 an hour. This was like probably 4 years ago. And I got hired on the spot, you guys. That story still gives me chills because it's like you literally get what you put out there and what you decide your worth is. And like literally, I was deciding my worth was $20 an hour at the time, and that's what I got. But when I saw my worth and saw my value for $60 an hour, I tripled my rates and I got paid in full for the amount of hours that person had hired me for. And it was because I shift this block that, oh, I feel bad for charging. Oh, I shouldn't be charging this much. This is so easy for me. I should be doing it for free, or I should do it for less. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to inconvenience people, you know? So if you have these type of thoughts and this type of mentality, it's going to keep you stuck, and it's going to stop you from charging and actually making and building a business. Let's keep it very real, you guys. A business makes money. A business has revenue. A business makes profit. A business has cash flow. So as much as, we want to have all the love, light, and feels about it, we have to look at the practicality of it as well. In our day and age, we have to pay our bills. We have to pay for rent. We have to pay for our electricity. We have to pay for a phone bill, right? We're not living in the olden ages where we lived in a community and we all took care of each other. We are all have to fend for ourselves now, so you have to charge your worth for your services if you want to make a living with your expertise. Now, if you don't and you just want to do it for fun, then that's a different story. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to the people, hi Elizabeth, I'm talking to the people who want to actually make a living out of their expertise and they haven't been able to, or they haven't been able to at the level that they really want to. All right, this video is for you if that is you. And another thing is, people get really, they have all these feelings about, oh, it's not like a salary job or this and that. And, if you think about it, even when you're in a salary job, you're charging that company your bill rate in a way, right? You're charging the company your salary to give your services to that company. It's the same exact thing. So just like you pay a hairdresser to do your hair, why should you not get compensated for your gift, for your talent, for your time, right? So why is a computer programmer getting paid for his gift and a spiritual healer cannot get paid for his gift or her gift? It's the same concept. So we really have to break this mold and break this idea of spirituality and not charging and all this stuff, because it's only going to keep you broke. And guess what? You're not serving anyone if you're broke. You're not serving anyone if you're broke, because you're going to be desperate. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be all of these things that is not really serving the society as a whole. Right? So I've been able to follow my soul's purpose and do what I'm meant to do, what the divine wants me to do, because I've charged for my services. I was able to move across the country from Chicago to Los Angeles because I've been building a business. I've been charging for my services. I've been owning my worth. I've been owning my value. So I want the same for you guys too, because there's no reason for you to be living in a life that you're not happy with, or maybe you're okay with it, but you want more, just because of these few blocks that are holding you back. All right? These blocks are not necessarily making you a good person or a better person or whatever. If anything, it's keeping you blocked, it's keeping you broke, and it's keeping you away from doing what you're meant to do and what you really love. Not only that, people take you more seriously when you charge for your services, because they're going to think, oh, there must actually be something to this person if they charge, right? Think about it. When something's free, how much time and value do you give to it versus if you paid for something? I've seen a difference from when clients do something for free in one of my free courses and how they show up. Some of them show up 100%, but there's a number of people who show up maybe 20%. But when they invest in one of my programs, oh, you better believe they show up 120%. And guess what? That means they're also investing in themselves. So not only are they, it's not just that they're investing in you, they're investing in themselves, because the more money that they invest into something that they want to do, the more they're going to show up for themselves. I remember I hired a coach once for at least $1,500, maybe more. And there was just one thing that I had to do, which was make my first website, the ilivewithjoy.com, which was my first ever website 5 years ago, my first inspirational blog. And I literally did not finish it because I just had all these fears and all these things come up. But now it was coming up to be our last session. And mind you, I paid her $1,500, okay? So this last session is coming up, and I had a moment with myself. I was like, look, Aditi, you just spent $1,500 on this coach, and what the hell did you get done? Okay, fine, I moved through some things, but I really wanted some tangible things that I did. So I stayed up that entire night, and I finished that website. I was like, I don't care what it takes, what I need to figure out, I am doing it. I am finishing this damn website. And I finished it. I finished it, you guys, which was so amazing. I felt so accomplished, but it was because I invested in that coach that I actually went ahead and invested back in myself too. So it really makes a difference when you charge for your services. Okay, so you don't have to feel bad about it, you guys. You are really doing the world a service by showing up and charging. All right, so you can absolutely help people and charge them. All right, no matter what is. And another thing I feel like gets a little interesting is, when people associate God things shouldn't be charged, but everything else should be charged, which is an interesting concept, because then I feel like it compartmentalizes God in this one area of life and everything else is not God. Like, what the fuck is that, right? I just feel like it's interesting because as I've been developing my own spiritual journey, I consider everything to be the divine. Everything, right? Even my technology problems is the divine telling me that I need to clear my energy. The beach is the divine. My job is the divine. Going to the grocery store is the divine. The divine providing me the resources that I need. So how is computer programming separate from God compared to spiritual healing or Reiki or whatever else, right? I think everything is God. Everything is divine. Everything is the universe. So how can we separate that and say only this can be charged for and that cannot be charged for, when everything is the divine? So I find that to be interesting. So if you have that, right, if that has been a block for you, think about that. Do you think only certain things are God and those things are not? Because if you do, then of course you're going to be feeling uncomfortable about charging for something that may be related to spirituality or God or healing and readings and all that kind of stuff, right? That service is just as much as a service as a teacher, as a hairdresser, as a computer programmer, as a financial analyst. All the gifts are meant to be valued and charged and, treated with that same respect. So if you guys have this block about charging, hopefully this video has helped you kind of shift a little bit. And if you want an actual activity, one thing that you can do is look at, what does money mean to you? What do you feel about money? Do you feel like money should only be earned after hard work? Do you feel like money should only be earned for these things but not these things? Right? See what your beliefs are about money so you can see what you need to work through. Because a lot of times it's really subconscious and we don't even know how we feel about it. So really take this opportunity to literally, you can journal about it, pull out a pen and a journal, open up a spreadsheet, and write out, how you feel about money. What does money mean to you? Or just write any memories or thoughts that come up about money, and then see how you can shift it or work through those things. So you can stop feeling bad about it and really start stepping into your gifts and stepping into your higher service and stepping into what you were born to do. All right? Now, if you like this content, like this video, I would love if you gave this a share. I'm giving out $1,000 worth of free content this week. So head over to confidentmarketingacademy.com and get your free 7-day pass. I'm giving you guys a $500 mini course called Powerful Brand Builder, which actually I was watching it today and it is damn good. It breaks down everything you need to do to have a powerful brand, how to be findable online, and all of that good stuff. Absolutely free, you guys. Like, this is my gift to you. No credit card or anything required. You literally just go to confidentmarketingacademy.com and sign up. And there's already, like, I think 16 new people in there. Would love to meet you and hang out with you in there. And I'm coming to you guys live from Santa Monica. Would love to show you guys the atmosphere. It's funny because every video that I did this week has been in a different location, which was not my intention, but I think it was kind of cool. Organically, I'm like in different areas. But on Wednesdays, what I do is I take off and I do a divine date. I go on a date with the divine, and I let my soul guide me to wherever I'm supposed to go. Sometimes I end up at a restaurant having lunch. Sometimes I end up at the beach like I am now. Sometimes I end up wherever. I end up in different places, or sometimes I'm in bed all day, right? I honor whatever my soul wants and wherever my soul wants me to go, because it's a big foundation of my business, is following my soul's guidance. So that's what I do every Wednesday. It's something I also teach inside a Confident Marketing Academy. So, and it's in week 1, which is available right now. Again, you guys, absolutely free, so go check that out. And I want to show you guys where I am, so let me flip the camera. Hey, Regina. Look at that bird. Oh, it went by really fast. So I'm in Santa Monica. You guys can see there's like a Ferris wheel and all these palm trees. So this is where I'm having my divine date today. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Sweet. So I haven't gone into all the rides yet, but I will do it one day. I don't know if I will today. But there is the beach. I am going to be dipping into there. What time is it here? It's around, I think, 5 or something. Yeah, so hope you guys had fun hanging out with me here today. Again, give this video a share and let me know how you feel about your money blocks, if you had this shift, and maybe how, if anything in this video helped you think about something differently. I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And if you're catching me towards the end of this live, watch it from the beginning again. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. And again, would love to see you inside a Confident Marketing Academy, completely free for the 7 days. And I'll see you there. Bye.